Welcome back. I'm here with Jeff Gilbert from Gilbert Wellness Center. Now, I have met a lot of chiropractors in my life, and Jeff does things just a little bit differently. So I'm excited to have him in the studio today to talk about, well, your center and how you differ from other chiropractors.
Well, Suzette, thanks. It's a real pleasure to be here today. You know, when it comes to chiropractic and wellness in general, I tend to take a little bit of a different viewpoint of why people should get adjusted and when they should get adjusted and how they should get adjusted. And my big beef is that a lot of people, when I first see them, they're usually coming in because they've had some sort of an instance of trauma, like a car accident or a fall down the stairs, and they're hurting a little bit in their back or their neck or their head, and they want pain relief. And to be honest with you, we do really well when it comes to that, but that's not where I see the real power of chiropractic. What I like to teach people is more about how to build a healthy life that they want. What kind of steps can they take so that they don't break down, you know, other than those random accidents that happen from time to time? What can we do to teach them to be healthy?
And what can you do?
Well, it's really simple. We as human beings have a very specific set of things that just need to happen on a regular basis to be healthy. We teach people how to eat right. There's so much confusing information out there on diet, and it really doesn't need to be that confusing. We also teach people how to move right. How to exercise, how to use chiropractic to get their spine and their joints working better. And ultimately, we try to teach people how to think right too. And that gives them the ability to make all those good decisions that we're hoping they'll make.
So you're really hoping that people will take responsibility for their health?
Absolutely.
How much does nutrition really have to play into the all of wellness?
It's incredibly important. I can't possibly overstate its importance. I think that a lot of people confuse good nutrition with taking tons and tons of supplements or things like that. That's not really the way I see it. Supplements important, but it's not foundational. More foundational is just knowing how to eat what God put out there for us to eat and making the right kind of dietary decisions with what you're cooking, not necessarily what you're putting into your body in the form of a pill.
So how do you get out there and teach people to do this?
Well, I tell you, Suzette, we look to be out in the community as often as we can, speaking to civic groups, churches, small businesses, whoever we can get an ear, because frankly, that's my main mission, is to educate people into the proper decisions that they make for health. I'll do it as often as possible, and I'll travel.
Excellent. You know, I was just speaking to one of our other guests today, and I said this type of healthcare is really gaining in popularity. Why do you think that is?
Boy, that's a tough question. I think, well, people are seeing that as we get older, we're living a lot longer. We're doing a good job with that. But what I'm seeing is that we're living with a lot more chronic diseases. A lot of things like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease, things that don't necessarily have to be there. We're not predestined to have those things. Those are diseases of lifestyle, and I think people are starting to maybe understand that a little bit, but not necessarily know what steps they have to take to live a healthy lifestyle and lessen their chances of developing those problems.
Well, I think you're right. I believe that people ultimately do care about their health, and when you see people making these common mistakes, it's often because they don't know or they haven't been informed, so that's where you come in.
That's true. I never think that people are truly making decisions because they want to have bad health. But for example, when I look out and I may be walking at the mall with my family down at Jordan Creek, I see people with toddlers that give their toddlers a big cup of cola full of sugar. That's no good for them. Or having a nice big cinnamon bun or going and having a burger and fries. That stuff is okay, you know, every once in a while. But, you know, I know people that are getting fast food 5 days a week for their kids, and that's just no good. It's teaching them the bad habits, and it's going to foretell some problems for them.
Now let's go back to, let's say the people come in and they do need an adjustment. Your approach to that is also a little bit different.
It is, and it's different. I've gone back historically. I do something called upper cervical chiropractic, and it's a very complicated thing. I don't want to bore your listeners or anything, but
you aren't going to bore us.
Number one, we only adjust the top two bones in the neck for the most part. And people would say, well, what happens if I come in with back pain, you know, or pain between my shoulders? We get great results. I mean, it's just awesome. There's no twisting. There's no popping, so there isn't any need for the anxiety that I see with a lot of people coming to a chiropractor for the first time. And the idea, the reason that I did that, I wanted to see the best adjustment that I could and have that adjustment last. People think sometimes that they come to me and they pay for me to give them a Kraken or an adjustment. I see that they're paying for the time that they don't need an adjustment. If I get them working great and they get up and they go get in the car and bam, something's happened, what have they really paid for?
Right.
an extra 15 minutes of higher function. I want people to function longer for, weeks at a time or months at a time, and allow their body to really express the natural health that's inside.
Jeff, where can they find you?
I'm located at 5525 Northwest Meredith Drive in Des Moines, Iowa, and I love to talk to people. So if they want to contact me, I always give out my personal cell. It's 515-971-4161.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks a lot.